Hello and welcome to Sprout News. First off, you will notice a very big change because our headline tonight is our anchor has gone missing. Not only that, our theme tune has also gone missing, presumably with our anchor. We are desperately searching for him and we'll have got our top team on it. The good news is it means that I've been promoted to main anchor, which is pretty nice. This studio is so big, it's much bigger than my office. Keeping it professional, we'll be getting in with the top reporters that we have. Because we're our number one reporter, and we shall see. That's John. But first of all, we're going to go to Carlotta, who has much more information about what we know about the disappearance of our anchor. So I need to go over to the undecorated part of the studio.
Yes, hello, Pete. Congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, however, that does mean that you are one of the lead suspects on the investigations into the disappearing of your previous anchor, as you're the first beneficiary of the disappearance itself. Now, as the leading expert on news anchors' disappearances, I'm doing everything I can to trace and find James.
And what are the things that you're doing?
Well, first of all, I'm keeping my ears well open because, as we all know, news anchors generally have the theme tune coming out of them. So, yeah, so I'm just kind of keeping my ears peaked in case I hear anything.
That's very good.
We're also watching you very closely.
Okay. And anything, what are the likely to be the knock-on effects of having an anchor disappear suddenly like this?
Well, of course, it's a great big hit for the news world, and you know, example being you having to replace them, and then obviously not having a second reporter, and you know, all the workload falling on the shoulders of the first reporter, who, you know, his skills are better suited for less hard work.
Well, I don't think we need to sort of go into too much detail about who's sort of thing. The important thing is that I'm leading this now, and thank you for your insights.
Yes, and we'll be talking again soon.
Yes, we will. Thank you, Carlotta. I shall go to the other part of the studio. Great. Well, thank you, Carlotta. There, very intriguing. Of course, police have their suspects, but of course, whoever they suspect first is not normally the perpetrator, if I've learned anything from Midsummer. So let's go over to our number one reporter, our first reporter, who I guess has had a promotion as well. John?
Yes. Hello, Pete. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, John.
Thank you very much, Pete. Yes, it's true. Our top reporter, James, has gone missing. And as you can see behind me, there's a map. And unfortunately, I can't read maps. So my expert map reader, Dave Hinsby, is helping me. And apparently, he's been spotted. Yes, he's been spotted in France eating cheese, in Germany looking for sausage, in Italy leaning like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and in Afghanistan hoping not to get shot. So we don't know whether we will find him. Who knows? I mean, if we never find him again, that means Pete's going to be promoted forever, and I will always be number one reporter and not be in danger of losing my place to someone like Pete. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, John. Stirring words, if a little hurtful. Well, as you can see, there's lots of sightings of our number one reporter, or our number one anchor, excuse me, around the world. Are these true sightings or are they false sightings? We don't know yet, but there's lots of hot news coming in. But it's time to sort of find out what you think. I go into our roving reporter on the street, Dave. Dave?
Hey man, I'm arriving in my medical jet here. There were rumors that Anchor was ill a few months ago, and we wonder if perhaps he's just wandered off into the wilderness and needs medical attention. And so I've got some things here. I've got eye drops, ivermectin, or lots of things. And today's theme is cures for unknown diseases. And I've got some guests here who are going to drop in with some suggestions.
Yes. So I'm a nurse. How can I help you?
Well, our anchor is missing, presumed very ill or possibly dead, and we're wondering what would be the cure for that.
Are they still breathing?
I can't hear them.
Well, I can't. Do they have a pulse?
I'm not sure.
Well, I can't help you then. So.
Is there anyone else there who could give me some medical advice about what we can do for our news anchor?
I would suggest giving him this half-eaten banana, which has been left here for a month.
So bananas are full of potassium. Is that one of the suggestions that you're making?
Well, it could help. I'm not sure.
What, can you pass me the banana?
Yeah, I can pass you the banana. There you go.
Thank you. And one last person I have here to talk about. Here, sir, can you help our anchor? He's gone missing. He could possibly be not very well. And there we have it. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Dave. As ever, the people on the street have their fingers on the pulse of what may or may not be going on. It's great to see ivermectin there. I took some of that the other day, and my testicles swollenness went down. So good news for everyone. This is a deepening mystery. We know he's sick, and he's been cited all over the world. We still haven't found him, but fortunately, I'm able to go by live link to the person who wrote the biography of our anchor Wehe. That's the name of the biography. If I need to speak to Greg, are you there?
Good evening. It is a pleasure.
Good evening. I understand you've written the biography of our anchor, and it was a great read. It was too. Very insightful. You probably know him better than anyone. What do you think is going on?
Well, this, I think, just sums up his character, really, because going into detail with the biography, really getting to understand what type of person he is, just disappearing for days on end, that's very much in his character. So I don't see it as anything to be too concerned about. Just leave a sandwich near your door and he'll probably turn up.
As you say, if we just leave an item of food nearby, he'll come back. He's not far away at all.
Oh, probably not. Then again, he could be on the other side of the world. Who am I to say? It's not like I'm the expert. I am the expert.
Well, we brought you in as an expert. I was rather hoping that to get some insight, because this is the bit where I get to get some information. It makes me look better. So, if he is around, what type of sandwich would you leave him?
That is a very interesting question, because personally, for me, I would probably say maybe a chicken sandwich. But then again, is he someone who'd be interested in chicken? Is he a vegetarian? Is he a vegan? That's the questions that you need to ask yourself when you leave a sandwich, because you don't want to risk anything.
Surely these are the questions you would have asked him as his biographer.
Oh, and I did, and he gave me incredibly comprehensive answers. That's the ones that I hold to this day.
But you're not going to tell me.
It's not that I am not going to tell you, it's simply that something that you should learn for yourself, as I learned for me.
Well, that's very that's not very helpful, but thank you very much for your insight is the word I should try and use, and good luck with the follow-up biography.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to writing more about, yes, I'm looking forward to writing more about Jim when I can.
Great. Thank you, Gregory.
James. Which one was it?
I remind our users, our viewers that it is indeed James. In these times of heightened turmoil in the world, it's time to reflect. It's good to know if there is other things out there, and there is arts and culture. So we're going to go over to Vicky now with the film review section. Vicky?
Yes. Hi, Pete. Thank you. Thank you. Today we are welcoming a very special guest. It's Richard. Hi, Richard. Welcome. We're so happy to have you on the show. You're here to tell us about your new movie coming out called Gone Anchor Gone. What inspired you to create this beautiful feature?
Well, we've all experienced loss, I suppose. And when I heard about James's story, as it were, something in me deeply connected, not only with the narrative of the story, but in a sense, I felt that I had a connection with James himself.
But may I ask that since you know the disappearance of James, which seems to be the inspiration for your movie, is only breaking news apparently recently has come out in the open, but obviously I would assume that making a movie takes a long time. How did you foresee this event happening, or maybe to just make this movie extremely quickly?
Well, you're right. I mean, a movie takes a lot of planning. And when James obviously became lost, that was the movie I was making. And so when he became double lost, that was difficult, because how do you deal with producing a movie where about somebody who's been lost and then you find out they've been double lost? Because double loss is very different than loss.
Yeah, and we can all relate to that double.
I mean,
loss.
If he gets lost again, then we'd be talking about treble loss, and then I might as well just not bother. I mean,
and what would you say? How would you explain that scene in the end, where obviously he finds himself and he finds a friend?
Well, obviously, it was very difficult filming in the sea for an actor to engage with a dolphin. But the moment at which James is floating, literally, it seems that he has no hope. When he feels the dolphin's body brushing against him, it's a very tender moment.
It's amazing that you were able to find an actor dolphin that looked so much like a pigeon. I just find it like this was great talent from. Did you cast the movie, or did you use a casting director externally?
Well, I like to get my actors from the everyday world, so I was just happened to find the dolphin that looked like a pigeon and an aquarium in Poland, and I just knew he was right for the role.
Wow, that's fantastic! And why this choice of costume for the climax scene? Why did you choose to represent this duality of the character in this way? I'm seeing a bit of Munch in the artistic inspiration.
I'm really glad you picked up on that. The duality between the dolphinness of the dolphin and the lostness of James, it's almost like they are merging together. James becomes the dolphin and the dolphin becomes James.
This is very, very powerful. And I really hope that this movie is going to prompt more people to go and look for James. And that thanks to your artistic vision of his disappearance and his double lost, we will soon put an end to this harrowing experience of Anchor gone, Anchor gone. Thank you so much, Richard, for being with us today. Well, back to you, Peter, I guess.
Thank you, Vicky. And thank you, Richard. There. What a strange turn up of life. Is this now life imitating art? If there is already a film out about what is happening, incredible times. And I can honestly say we're probably all experiencing a great deal of frustration and loss and worry and just confusion about everything that's happening. So it's times like these that we kind of need words of wisdom. So let's go over to Alistair.
Hello there. What is missing? Can you ever be missing if you find yourself? Goodbye.
Very, very haunting there, particularly haunting for the noises of children in the background. Well, this has been our news broadcast. We didn't have time to find out where the police investigation got. We didn't have time to find out exactly where James is, but we know he's missing, and we're all deeply missing because this job's trickier than it looks. Please come back soon, James. Not least of all because it means I'm going to have to dance out to silence. Thank you very much. Tune in next time.